Hello, everyone, and welcome to GG Speedruns, and welcome in to one of our money rounds here in the 7th annual Super Smash TV Easy Percent Tournament. Alongside Brisulph, I am Fearonburgundy, and we have one of the upper bracket Elite 8 matchups coming your way. It is a best of 7 between the 3-seed Prince Leaf and the 6-seed Aquas. The winner will move on and advance and stay in that upper bracket as it is double elimination. And the loser, well, they'll be fighting for their tournament lives.
It promises to be a heck of a match here for Ron. We've got a longtime runner in Prince Leaf who has a podium finish under their belt. Aquas, meanwhile, also getting on the podium last year with a bronze medal finish. So maybe a bit of an underseed at 6, but we went straight leaderboard this year, and Prince Leaf has been saying Aquas is the true number 3. Maybe we will find out tonight.
Well, time will certainly tell. You are right about that. As far as their PBs are concerned, it is a dental floss thin margin as Prince Leaf with a 523.1, Aquas with a 524.3. And despite that, there's apparently a few pieces of dental floss in the way of 40-watt range and Teleo. But yeah, it is razor thin at the top there. A lot of 523Xs.
It seems to be the new 5.5X for blockers, that is for sure. But every year it seems to move down and down. And nowadays, I believe breaking 530 doesn't even guarantee you top 10 anymore. It's a bit of a crazy time. I love how competitive the game is.
Right, you are. As yeah, the 11th fastest time is a 529.4, and that is held by our restreamer, Mr. Dino, whom will face the loser of this best of 7 in an elimination match somewhere down the line here.
And the winner of this match will await the winner of tomorrow's matchup at 6 Eastern between CHX and RNGesus. But enough about that. We are underway here for on game 1. There is a poll up with some points. You can predict who will take the opening game. Prince Leaf on the left, Aquas on the right.
Yep, certainly an interesting choice. Make sure to bet with your head, not over it. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
So with that, we have a pretty usual opener here. Once their timers are lined up, this is pretty much going to be... It's pretty much even. Look at this. It's maybe a small Leaf, like a high 38 versus a low 39.
And off we move into collect power-ups.
Indeed, it doesn't mean a thing, and we'll see what we get here for on that all-important opening drop. Prince Leaf gets a foot. Aquas gets a grenade. Neither getting anything too great there.
I'm trying to see if I'm having an audio issue here or if it's something else.
See, well, in the meantime, both using nukes here, both hunting for a better drop. So far, nothing good for him. There's some rockets for Prince Leaf. Now some rockets for Aquas. Both just pounding away. Oh, and some grenades get in Aquas' way, but he does get another rocket, so that'll hold off the damage. Leaf is out of rockets. Slight advantage Aquas, and maybe a slightly better time for Aquas, like by like a quarter of a second. That's it. Aquas gets the opening orb here, picks it up in good shape, and Leaf now using a vulnerability, gets a foot, but is chasing now, and will need some help. This will help clean up the shrapnels temporarily. Oh, a key, you don't want to see that. So in the meantime, we got ourselves another invulnerability. Aquas, meanwhile, easily holding the room down. No issues. Razor Shield now for Leaf, but he's really not been killing swarmers. This could be a huge flip in time. Nades on the feet. Leaf is in real trouble here. Another set of nades. Oh, he is having a rough time. It's going to be Aquas out at 207. Shrapnel explosion for Leaf. And that's going to be about a, 6-second lead almost. 5.5. Razor Shield on the feet. Aquas bringing it home earlier. Real chance to extend this lead is Leaf. No orb as of yet. Leaf still hunting. Leaf still looking. Aquas, meanwhile, just playing very tight in the middle. Gets a spreader in that diamond. You love to see it. There's a key up there. Probably going to ignore it. Let's see what Leaf's going to do. Just trying to hold the middle as much as possible, but just not getting any help right now. Gets a nuke now. Gets a bit of a spawn in with it. Rockets for Aquas, who's pounding away, and this should be a sub 3. It's looking pretty good for that. It's going to be a 257. Leaf, meanwhile, is just absolutely bleeding out here. Doing the best he can with the crap he's got, but that ain't going to get it done.
It certainly isn't, as I provide greetings from the 1940s.
And 1940s, Fearonburgundy joining us here from the beaches of Normandy once again. Nothing can stop our man Fearon on the spot. And it is going to be a 28-second lead here for Aquas. So huge advantage without that orb on Leaf's side.
Prince Leaf seems to be doing in the race here what my computer is doing as far as audio and other stuff.
Some rockets for Aquas did clean up the gunners there. Leaf, meanwhile, bringing some rockets in, half of the ammo left, but no orb, as previously said. And Aquas doing a pretty good job. Here's an orb for Leaf. Can Leaf get back to the middle, maybe bite into this lead? Dicely gets the rockets. That was scary. More rockets here for Leaf. Let's see. Remember, down 28 seconds. So that's a 410 for Aquas into the mutoid room. Let's see here. Leaf's going to have at least another 15 seconds, you think.
Yeah, this is, at least now with the orb, making it a little bit more tolerable. We've got lobbers.
You know what? A solid job. Leaf makes up 7 seconds, only down 21. Oh, Aquas dancing with the laser devil and almost had to pay his due. Oh, wow. Leaf picks up a lobber, but manages to catch the swirl as it was entering the arena from the top.
Meanwhile, getting flexed on the ball buster.
Spreader here for Aquas, and if it wasn't already in great shape, this is going to help. Oh, but gets run into a lobber with the extended hitbox, but still got pretty much a form out of that spreader. And I got to tell you, Leaf is hanging around here, but really would need to see some amazing drops. Aquas tries for a manual, but dies immediately, gets a lobber refill, as Leaf now has to go for a manual and gets run over.
Those manuals sure are tricky.
They are extensively so. You got to worry about all the things going on around you, plus the vibration of the mutoid. And, oh, Aquas dies for an opportunity to do the spreader exploit, but unfortunately, mutoid changes to the final form. Leaf on the second last form. Aquas gets shot. Could Leaf see a spreader here and steal this? He would need it now, though.
Nope. Instead, it's another set of lobbers over on the far side. And there it is.
That orb cost Leaf, but Leaf didn't play that badly at all. Very impressed how he played it. And I honestly think it's going to make up more time here. Yeah, definitely is going to make up more time. Just no orb until tank trouble sunk him there. It's a 6-13. And Leaf's going to turn in a very respectable 6-23. And keep in mind, that total carnage, there was no help.
Yeah, Prince Leaf, I mean, I'm sure not feeling great about the result, but the way that he played, given that he was given absolutely nothing until tank trouble, you just got to figure, all right, the luck can't be that bad the rest of the way through. All right, just dust it off and go here to game 2.
The crazy thing is, Leaf never had a spreader opportunity with an invulnerability off of a death or a drop. Aquas did have that and got a full form to boot, so the chances were not really there for that real big chunk of time, but just played very well and cut another 11 seconds off in the mutoid fight. But that lead too much to overcome without that spreader help.
So we move on here to game number 2.
Indeed. And thing to keep in mind as well, when you're playing at this point in the tournament, you know, the top 12, the money rounds, that orb magnifies with each round. It means a lot, but how you play when you don't have it, how you scramble sometimes can steal you a game, and that's huge in a best of 7. Getting a game that maybe you shouldn't have got, or someone makes a mistake at the end and you can just snake ahead at the end, can be all the difference you need. Sorry about that. I just had to step away. I had a cat that was stuck in the basement here and wanted to get out. She was pawing at the door, and I couldn't disappoint her like that. So we'll be underway for game number 2 momentarily. It looks like another prediction is up here in the channel. Risk some points, but gamble smartly and call some hotline if you got a problem. And you know how it goes. I think I nailed that. Pretty much 10 out of 10. No notes.
Yeah, absolutely. Crushed it.
They don't call me the third best in the business for nothing, folks. All right. With that said, can Leaf equalize here? I got to say, if Leaf can get a little bit better drops early on and play well. I mean, that was one of those you don't have to protect the orb and you can play real loose and fast, but still was very well controlled. Let's see if Leaf gets an early orb, if Leaf is ready to protect it. Here we go. Game number 2, guys. This should be a good one. We got Leaf going with the classic top door strats from Leaf, and we have the right door, more traditional for most people from Aquas. Although to be fair, it doesn't really matter how... Oh, Leaf takes a death on the last guy. Oh, no. I mean, it matters if you do that. Oh, no. That's going to be a 39 for Aquas. That is horrifying. And it's going to be a 43. That's a 4-second lead.
And that's still faster than my arena ones. Amazing.
We got rockets in the corner. Terrible location. Nice drop, though. Leaf gets an invulnerability. At least it's usable, but not great. But there's the orb, Burgundy. First orb goes to Leaf, but more rockets for Aquas. Aquas could be out of here at like 112, 113 if the fire is accurate. A little off, and also that first one was in the corner, but still, well, that guy was kind of being a troll. It's still going to be a 119, though. Very solid. But look at Leaf here. Going to only lose 1 second to all those rockets.
Simply amazing.
I mean, early enough orb was able to do some work, but yeah, the rocket play from Aquas just didn't quite get the advantage you'd expect. Plus, like I said, the first one, it was a terrible location. A lot of that was wasted getting back to the middle. So now Aquas is trailing in the orb hunt. Let's see what Aquas can do. Wise decision. Saw that shrapnel was exploding, had to get out of there. Did a good job to let it go, and now trying to get some of these shrapnels under control. But man, the drops have just turned on a dime here, much like they did against Leaf in game 1. It's a 205, a 207. That was 3 seconds lost for Aquas in the room. Gets a key to open up. Let's see what Leaf gets. It is a foot, so at least he'll be able to move a little better. Got to watch for those shrapnels early on. Lots of rockets here, so already Aquas getting better luck than Leaf had. Just needs to go pick up the refill, gets it done, and rockets for Leaf.
Yeah, very gutsy grab on Leaf's part to get those rockets. The orb was swinging wildly, but was able to hang on to it.
Yeah, you don't want to be dropping orbs. Now another rocket, this one dead in the middle of the room. Maybe a little heavy, more rockets. Man, Leaf is one of those guys who can just chain them together, it seems, and is absolutely shredding this room right now as Aquas continues to hunt an orb. Gets a razor shield. Lucky the invulnerability was there, or that shrapnel would have got him.
Very lucky indeed. And look at this. We have a lead for Leaf into the bonus room.
Indeed, it looks to be about a 6 or 7 second lead here for Leaf versus Aquas. Heading off into tank trouble. Tank trouble, as always, a huge room that can really blow up your runs. So you got to be careful. You don't want to lose that orb. And how you play the opening few seconds is crucial. Here we go. Leaf sees a foot. He's going to ignore it, trying to get rid of the gunner. He can't now because the shrapnel's blocking it. It's a little dicey. Meanwhile, on Aquas' side, rockets in a perfect spot. Has control. And Leaf has been cornered here. He's having a tough time. He's back to the middle now. But man, that drop for Aquas bought some precious seconds, that's for sure. More rockets here, Burgundy.
Simply amazing. At least there's a nuke and now some spreader help over on Leaf's side, but this might be a lead change here, although the Rockets looking to even things up over on Leaf's side.
More rockets for Aquas. Does get the shrapnel blow at the end, but still, this should be about a 410, 411, it looks like. But Leaf did a solid job to come back, but didn't get the shrapnel in the corner. They're both going to explode, unfortunately. And it's going to be about a 9-second lead here, 8.5 seconds, something like that. Aquas with the rockets. The start takes out the swirl, takes out the gunners with the lobber he picked up. Looking for a ball buster here for Ron. Will he get it? And he does on the move. What a great hit there. Leaf, meanwhile, going with more of a Brisulph style, right to left, nails it as well, but has not had the weapon luck thus far that Aquas has in the room. Oh my goodness, and a foot. He is absolutely getting screwed here. Another foot. What is this? Finally gets a weapon. Now he gets a spreader. This is an opportunity he needed. Can he get it? Will Mutoid block it? No. Rolls clear. He pops 2 forms, but he pushed too long and he dies, while Aquas pops open the chest with, I think it was lobbers, so it is still a very solid form and a bit lead for Aquas.
Solid shots on the lobber here for Prince Leaf, but now the head popped off. It is a 1-form lead still for Aquas.
Leaf, again, riding the lobber train. Aquas, though, just not getting any empty drops, and if you can just take weapons, you take that all day long. Final form, Aquas. Will Leaf get a spreader drop here? Still, he does! Can he steal this? Let's see. Oh, Mutoid moves away. Not great. He's missing a lot of shots. It is final form. He's getting a lot of transfer. This is going to be tight here for Ron. Oh, he's pounding away blades. Will this be enough? No! Aquas gets it, and it's going to be by just a few seconds. You got to think, if Leaf doesn't get, 3 empty drops and an item set on at the start, he wins this walking away. But that's the way the Mutoid crumbles.
Wow. 10-second difference in the first race, 3-second difference here in the second.
And it's 2-0 Aquas, and I got to say, good for Aquas, but man, if the luck just evens out a little bit, especially in that second one, this thing's 1-1 or possibly 2-0 the other way. It has been tight thus far. No one's made any mammoth mistakes. It's just been a bit better luck on the Aqua side, and he has taken advantage of it every time it has been offered, and that is the key.
I mean, probably the biggest mistake, I hate to say it, was Arena 1. I mean, you said that death cost was about a 4-second differential. That could have turned the tide in Leaf's favor. But there are so many shoulda, woulda, couldas when you're playing at this high a level. It's not necessarily one thing that could cost things either way.
Oh, 100%. And as I always say, you get better luck than the other guy, you should win. If you're losing and you're getting the better luck at this level, that means you got royally outplayed. So to that end, Aquas doing what Aquas needs to do and is already halfway to winning this match. You get the luck, you play it right, you take advantage, and you just flex a little and move on with your day. So we'll be underway with game number 3 momentarily. Another prediction open in the chat. Please make your prediction with some points. Is Leaf going to get this 2-1, or is Aquas going to take the absolute stranglehold and put Leaf in a spot only one person has ever come back from in these tournaments? And that would be a 3-0 deficit to win 4-3.
This will certainly be interesting. I mean, as I believe it was from GoldenEye, half of everything is luck and the other half fate. Let's see what fate lies here for Prince Leaf and for Aquas here in Game 3.
I got to tell you, like I said, Leaf was really feeling down on himself and what have you for play level, and not really worthy of that 3 seed, but playing just fantastic, but not able to get the W's with what's been given out. Let's see if the game decides to maybe, help out a little bit and not give key moment screw-overs. Game number 3, here we go. Both getting their Razor Shield and both going to their preferred doors. Leaf here on the left and Aquas on the right. It's kind of good that they're player 1, player 2, and they're set up that way. I'm sure Dino did that intentionally. We got a nuke here played by Aquas, and Leaf struggling with the last couple. So it's going to be probably about a 1.5 second lead.
All right, let's see if this works here. Am I finally back in 2023?
Sounds like it to me. We are in to collect power-ups. Let's see what we've got here. Aquas opening drop is a rocket again. Orb in the middle though for Leaf. Just absolutely godly for location. Just got to hold down these swarmers cutting in close. Now an orb for Aquas. So we finally have some equal luck at the start. Let's see these two pound away. Rocket's running out now for Leaf. Going to get a spreader. Aquas pounding away with shots. My goodness. What an opener. Look at this time from Aquas. It's a 76. Not to be outdone, it's going to be a high 78. Wow.
Like my music taste, you love to see coming out of collect power-ups in the 70s.
If Rocket's here for Aquas, just trying to do a grab when the orb swings away from the door. Smart play there. Don't want to lose it. Rockets again. Man, Aquas has had many, many, many rockets already. I think 5 this run, this particular race.
Simply amazing. So here in Eat My Shrapnel, you probably mentioned it, but I'll give it a go here. 18 of these Mr. Shrapnels, up to only 4 can appear on the screen at a time. And look at that, just under and just over 2 minutes respectively for Aquas and Prince Leaf.
Love to see that. It's about a 3-second lead, and yeah, it's 18 Mr. Shrapnel, 4 max at a time. But we will, actually maybe cover that next race, because now we are in to Total Carnage. Leaf using the nuke to clean up the mess. Aquas just choosing to let the shrapnels roam. Neither strategy is necessarily wrong. It all depends what is going on at that point in the room. So they're just pounding away here, staying inside the diamond, getting those firing lanes covered. I'd say Aquas looking a little tighter with the movement right now. Would you not agree, Burgundy?
I would agree.
However, he's also adventuring awfully far out for drops that aren't helping him, and now he's having to scramble a little, so that work he did kind of being undone by maybe chasing drops. You get a little hungry for them sometimes. But you know what? This is still going to be a great time. Look at this. It's going to be a 2:53. Leaf misses a guy. Oh, that's going to hurt him, but he only drops a couple seconds. 2:58. 2 sub-3s into the bonus room.
This is the high-level play you look to see as we are here in the Winners Elite 8 bracket here, or Excellent 8, as I don't want to get any copyright anythings.
Yes, talking to the guy over here who uses the opening guitar screen theme and also One Shining Moment in the post-tournament stuff, yeah.
It's good.
So, Aquas chases a power-up. Let's see what Leaf's going to do. Also, nope, just going to hold down there. Aquas scrambling, has to take grenades, and he takes a shrapnel death. Now, what are you doing, Leaf, you maniac? That drop is not worth it. And he takes a death. What an unfortunate turn of events.
And yeah, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, a little bit of both here. And we have rockets on both sides here. So the game giving up for the transgressions a little nicely here.
I want to know what RNG pack they're on, guys, because, man, they are getting a lot of nice stuff in these regular rooms. And it's going to be Aquas at 416, maybe a high 415. That's a mid 417. It's less than 2.5 seconds here for sure. Leaf and Aquas, who you got? It's razor thin heading in here. Oh, Aquas kills the swirl, gets a lobber on the feet. Rocket's at the top here for Leaf. Let's see what he does. Oh, it's a key, actually. My bad.
Well, gets the ball buster at least, and now looking for the next drop. It is
lobber on the feet.
Lobbers.
Speaking of feet for Aquas, that might be his first non-weapon drop I've seen all match thus far. And it's still a very solid lead here for Aquas, because again, Leaf started without any significant weapons.
But now here's an empty drop for Aquas as Leaf continuing to ride that lobber train.
Land those shots in the right spot, get big damage. Lobbers now for Aquas, dancing free and clear. Leaf pounding away. They are in the same form. This lead is probably still Aquas. We'll know in a moment. No more weapon there, and indeed it is. Leaf gets grenades on the feet though, and he's not far back, grabs the grenades, but a spreader for Aquas! This could be disastrous for Leaf, and amazing for Aquas. Pounding home spreader shot, switching to the rocket. Leaf, and it's already over. My goodness, what a drop, what a play. You love to see it, Fearon, if you're Aquas and fans thereof. And now Leaf is in a 3-0 hole. Again, not really having done too much wrong other than that one death in tank trouble. I mean, this is another solid Leaf race, but I mean, I don't know if he watches the race or his opponent as he plays, but that death in tank trouble after his opponent made a big mistake really, really hurt him there. And then, of course, Aquas just getting that great transfer damage to the to the final form. Oh man, that makes such a difference. So remember, neither of our competitors will be eliminated tonight. The loser will drop down to the second chance bracket, where they can fight for their tournament lives, as Ferran said earlier on the cast. And the winner advances to await the winner of tomorrow's matchup at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, when we have a rematch from last year's top half of the bracket. And actually, I believe the seating was a little different, but it's the same general location. The 2 seed in CHX 42, the world record holder, taking on RNGesus, who had the lead almost all the way through a game 7 with CHX before CHX pulled off the win with a late spreader expertly executed, taking the W. So it looks like we're just setting up here. And will there be... Oh, there was a different prediction. I missed it what it was there, boys. But either way, I think they're setting up and be underway momentarily. Game 4. Prince Leaf has played well. But anytime Aquas has needed a drop, it seems to have landed. And he's taken advantage. The key, as always. It ain't just about the luck. It's about whether you can execute when you get it. Countdown is underway on the matchup channel. We should be going here momentarily. Game number 4. I got to say, Leaf is calling for a sweep against himself, and you hate to see the defeatist talk. It's been a rough few ones here for him. Whenever he's needed those drops to land in his lap, they just haven't been there. We're underway. Game number 4. We enter Arena 1. The Razor Shield Manip is done, and let's see what they've got ready to rock and roll here. May have lost my broadcasting partner again here. So Aquas and Prince Leaf pounding away here, and Leaf ignoring the nuke. And you know what? An early nuke or a nuke on the feet for Aquas. I missed it, and it will be Leaf out of the door first. That's a great 39 flat, and that's a high 40. So 1 3/4 seconds, a reasonable lead. Let's see if the drops will favor Leaf again here with an early orb. The opening drops are an orb for Leaf, and a very delayed invulnerability for Aquas. Does have a foot, though. He can take advantage of it. Now gets another foot upgrade. Not ideal. Rockets now for Leaf. Real advantage early on here. The game may be throwing him. And now a Razor Shield. The Holy Trinity, as LOZ Cards fan will call it. Maybe didn't need it here at this point, but you know what? Look at this time. This is immaculate. That is a high 74, a late orb, and a nuke for Aquas, so it's a 79. Fantastic play here. So eat my shrapnel, since we may not get another chance. 18 Mr. Shrapnel in this room. A maximum of 4 at a time allowed on screen, and you have a set amount of swarmers. These guys should be able to treat this like an auto-scroller. 42.5 seconds, kill everything, get out. It's when you have to start doing the chase that you can get in real trouble. Leaf taking out the Razor Shield now. Rockets here. Aquas able to get them. Spreader picked up by Leaf. And now a broken shield here for Aquas, both getting rid of that to avoid the penalty. And Leaf a little stingy on the bullets. It's a 159, and it's going to be a 201. So, you know, like a second or two game back. Oh, and Leaf trying to carry that spreader, gets nades on the feet. Yeah, hate to see that. Gets a spreader now, a spreader for Aquas. Razor Shield for Leaf. Rockets for Aquas. They are getting all kinds of luck in the way the drops are coming down right now. Leaf gonna use the nuke here. I don't know about that. Guess he didn't like all those shrapnels on screen, pardon me. both using the razor shield on the orb right now, just pounding away with shots. Leaf being a little aggressive there and loses the pieces of the shield to the shrapnel, dipping too low. He'll have to scramble a bit more. Nades on the feet, the second one of the room. One more, we're gonna have to sing, something Cody Rhodes. That's the rule. And it's gonna be oh, we didn't see the shrapnel up behind the live counter. It's a 253. And right now, Leaf setting up for a high 2-5. It's a 2-5-8, so a 5-second lead for Aquas. Those 2 grenades on the feet, costing Leaf significantly. Plus losing part of his razor shield to the shrapnel. But hey, any sub 3 to the bonus room, just fine by yours truly, and I'm sure they're happy with it too. Here we go. Aquas has had a few more issues on the opening of Tank Trouble. Gets a razor shield though. What a great drop. He can definitely kill the gunners here. Just has to watch out for all the stuff. Spreader for Leaf. It's a bit of a dicey spot, but he dances clear. Now both gunners. Rockets for Leaf. This is phenomenal stuff here early on with the drops. Now rockets for Aquas. Able to get them no problem. Leaf having to leave the middle for a bit. Back now. But Aquas is dominating this room. Razor shield. Rockets. Getting the job done. Leaf loses the orb, and that's not what you want to see right now if you're a Leaf fan. And it's approaching the end here for Aquas. Realizes it, kills off the gunners. Look at this time. This is pretty good. That's a 4-0-3. Rocket's late for Leaf. He's trying to ride it out and take the spreader with him. I don't think he will be able to, though. He picks it up. Oh, the tank gets cheeky with a shot. But it's going to be a 4-16. It's about a 13-second lead. Opening lobbers here for Aquas. But half a spreader here for Leaf. Let's see how he plays it. Oh, the ball busters missed. Aquas trying to get it as Mutoid moved up. Just missed it. And I guess, I'm not sure what he's doing. I don't think he knows what he's doing. Trying to get some shots in, but not really getting much of it. Gets a little bit there at the end of it. Gets some nades. He can kill the gunners with that, but he's got to be careful. Meanwhile, a spreader chance for Aquas. Mutoid moves away. An absolute gift. This could be a glitch toilet. There's no sabotage. No doubt about it. And it's going to be a glitch toilet. More to go here. Could maybe, yes, he pops the head as well. Takes the death. Looking for the spreader. Could have been a PB if it was. Oh my goodness. And now a spreader for Leaf, but it's on the wrong side of the room. Aquas pounding away with the lobber. Leaf trying to manual here. Gets an arm off, but he is way back after that spreader and manual combo. And it's final form Aquas. Nothing to be done about this. He just has to hope that something disastrous goes on. Otherwise, Aquas will lock down the sweep here. Pounding away shots. Gotta watch out for the shrapnels here. Steps around, gets the spreader. Leaf pounding away at an open chest with a glitchtoid. But that's all she wrote. It's gonna be another 5-4-X for Aquas. Unreal. He had a shot at a PB. When he took that death and the lobber appeared on the far side, he could have got a low 5-2 or possibly a high 5-1. It was there to be had. And Leaf gets run over right at the end, kind of cementing what went on in this room with the luck that Aquas had versus Leaf. But as I said, the luck's only half the battle. You got to be able to play it well. And Aquas played really well here. Had a couple maybe questionable tank troubles, but otherwise really locked in and looking really good in this matchup. So it appears Fearon is completely gone, or maybe my headset's dead. I don't know. Either way, hopefully you guys can hear me here. My microphone's separate from that, thank goodness. It has been a heck of a run here. I don't see anything about comms being completely gone, so that's good.